From Harold Washington to Harold's Chicken and everything in between and beyond, SoCHiology is the exploration of Chicago culture, history, legends, stories, and fiction through a myriad of discussions with Chicagoans themselves. What's up, everybody? It's Willis Tower back again with another episode of SoCHiology. This is episode 65. Now, Chicago has the best skyline in the entire world. It's not up for debate, that's a fact. And what makes it so great is it's a well-orchestrated mosaic of architecture. You have different sized skyscrapers and buildings, different colors, and no matter what angle you look at the skyline from, it's always going to be pristine and beautiful. You're not going to see that in any other city around the world. Now, the crown jewel of the skyline is the Sears Tower, or should I say, the Willis Tower. To understand why this building has two separate names, let's go back in time real quick to get the backstory. In 1906, Sears Roebuck and Company was expanding rapidly, and the owners, Richard Sears and Julius Rosenwald, understood this. So they purchased and developed a massive 40-acre campus on the west side of Chicago in the Lawndale neighborhood. This is where the original Sears Tower was constructed and remains to this day at 925 South Homan. The Sears Tower, as well as this campus, served as the headquarters and anchor of the company for the next couple decades. But in 1969, Sears Roebuck and Company was like the Amazon of its day. That's not an exaggeration, that's a fact, because it employed nearly 400,000 people and it was the largest retailer in the world. They had to expand once more. Fazlur Khan was the engineer that was tasked with designing this 108-story, 1,451 tall skyscraper known as the Sears Tower. Upon completion in 1974, it was the tallest building in the world, a title that it held for the next 25 years. Over 1 million tourists and visitors visit the Sears Tower every single year, mainly for the sky deck, which you can oversee 4 different states at its highest point. The Sears Company left the building in 1994, but remained known as the Sears Tower until 2009, when a new tenant, the Willis Group, signed a lease and purchased the naming rights to the skyscraper, thus known as the Willis Tower to this day. Now it's time for some quick reverse psychology. All right, sir, can you state your name and what part of Chicago are you from?
Patrick Peacock, Southside Chicago.
Okay, and I have a very quick question for you. Is it the Sears Tower or the Willis Tower?
Sears Tower.
The Sears Tower?
Absolutely.
It's not Willis Tower?
I don't even know what that is.
Okay.
I'm born and raised. It's the Sears Tower.
Quick question. Can you guys state your names?
Ernest. And I'm David.
Okay, and what do you call the building behind you?
The Willis Tower.
The Willis Tower.
Yeah.
And where you from?
Cleveland, Ohio.
Cleveland, Ohio, both of you?
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Sir, can you state your name and what part of the city you from?
Larry Dixon, south side of Chicago.
From the south side? And what do you call this building here?
I call it Willis Towers.
You call it the Willis Tower?
Right.
You don't call it the Sears Tower no more?
No more. You gotta be politically correct.
Gotta be politically correct.
Right.
Okay. State your name and what part of Chicago you're from.
J. Geneva.
Okay. What do you call the building behind you?
Willis Tower. Well, it's Sears Tower, but it's not Willis Tower. Something else. We were literally just talking about this.
So you call it the Sears Tower?
I call it the Sears Tower.
You call it the Sears Tower?
Yeah.
Okay. Give me your name, sir, and what part of Chicago you're
Ross
from.
Henderson from the west, but I live in Ohio currently. So.
You live in Ohio currently?
Yes.
But you're from the west side?
Yes.
Okay, what do you call the building behind
The
you?
Willis Center, but it's really the Sears Tower.
You call it the Sears Tower?
Yeah.
Okay, but it's really called the Willis Tower
they
now.
changed.
But you call it the Sears Tower?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. All right, state your name and what part of the city you from.
My name is Roshan Jones. I'm from the south side of Chicago.
From the south side. And what do you call this building behind you?
It's the Sears Tower.
It's the Sears Tower. Even though it's the Willis Tower, you still call it the Sears Tower.
Yes.
And why is that?
Because that's what we're known for, Sears Tower. I don't care if it's 50 years from now, I'm still gonna call it the Sears Tower. I don't really like the name change.
So of course tourists are going to call it the Willis Tower, and there are going to be a few locals that call it the Willis Tower as well to be politically correct. But humans love familiarity. Humans don't like change. And I say it all the time on this podcast. Chicagoans are like everybody else, only more so. So most Chicagoans are still going to call it the Sears Tower. And I'm in that bracket. I'm most Chicagoans. So when I say the Sears Tower, I'm talking about Willis, the Willis Tower. Last but not least, this episode is dedicated to my cousin, William Sonny Jones, who took me to the Sears Tower for the very first time in 1998 when I was 10 years old. My cousin Sonny is the one that introduced me to the finer things of life and told me that it's more to the world and to my city than just the block and the neighborhood that I grew up in. Love you, cuz. Miss you much. If you enjoyed this podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on right now, whether it be Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, etc., leave a 5-star review and a comment. Let us know what you think. And don't forget to subscribe to our sister podcast, Mogul Motivation, from True Stories Media.